What's going on, guys? Hey, Grouch here, and today I thought I'd try a new style of video that I've had in my mind for quite a few months now. Real quick and simple, in this new series of videos I'm going to be choosing a specific anime to cover and try to find as many references to it in other shows. This list is not limited to other anime, but also TV shows, video games, music, etc, etc. So it's kinda like one of my Things You Miss videos, only outside the anime, I guess. Anyways, I thought it would be a fun and interesting idea to do, and seeing as how much you guys absolutely love the series, I decided to start with Black Butler as the first video. Depending on the feedback I got on this video, I might just make this a frequent thing. Just know that this list is in no particular order, these are just 9 hidden references to Black Butler. And for those of you wondering why this isn't a top 10s list, I really couldn't find one more, but I'm sure there is one out there that I just totally missed. But anyways guys, with that being said, let's just jump into the video. Number 9, Rick and Morty. Now, out of all the references you'll see in this video, this is the only one that is kinda questionable as to whether or not it's actually meant to be a nod towards the series, but I personally think it is. In the episode Total Rickroll, alien parasites have invaded Rick's home and are slowly multiplying themselves using fake memories. Well, one of these parasites takes on the form of a family butler named Mr. Beauregard. Now, the possible reference occurs just before the family is about to have a flashback of all the times Mr. Beauregard has helped them around. Summer makes a comment saying that without him they would be in a hell of a lot of trouble, putting a lot of emphasis on the word hell. Take a listen.
Wait. And if Mr. Beauregard wasn't our butler, it's safe to say the family'd be in a hell of a lot of trouble.
Wait, no, don't flash back!
Again, it may or may not be a reference to Sebastian's signature catchphrase, one hell of a butler, but I like to think it is. Either way, I'd like to hear your thoughts about it down in the comments below. Number 8, Lucky Star. In episode 7 of Lucky Star, a character by the name of Minaru Shirashi is given a new nickname by Kona-chan when she compares him to a butler and states that all butlers should be named Sebastian. Now, he isn't really a butler in the series, but I'm assuming the connection she made between him and being one was simply due to the fact that he was running errands for his teacher. Even so though, the reference is pretty obvious.
So, Teach told me to collect your homework from summer vacation?
Very well then, Sebastian.
Who?
I would assume all butlers are named Sebastian, no? I guess that's one way of looking at it. Say something.
Number 7, Palm Gets Wi-Fi. The only video game on this list with a reference to the Black Butler series goes to Palm Gets Wi-Fi. You may or may not have heard of it, but it is a game that has actually been featured on a couple larger YouTube channels, including PewDiePie, IS Cupcake, The Anime Man, and many more. In the game, you play as a dog named Palm, who quickly gets caught in a fire alongside a Shiba Inu, and gets sent to doggy heaven. Once there, the two dogs meet up, and Shiba ends up becoming a servant to Palm, and receives the nickname Sebastian. Again, an obvious reference to those who are familiar with the series, but what makes this one different from the number 8 spot is that aside from just being a reference to Sebastian Ciel's butler, it also referenced the death of his dog, who also died in the fire and was also named Sebastian. That's some pretty interesting stuff if you ask me.
Okay, Shiba, from now on, you're my manservant. Also change your name to Sebastian. Why the hell am I Sebastian? Okay, Shiba joined our party. Nice.
Number 6, Kiss Him Not Me. The whole series is basically about 4 or 5 different people trying to win the heart of main protagonist Kei Serinuma. The reference can be seen in episode 4 as Kei is attending a cosplay convention and runs into the character Shima, who is cosplaying as a butler. What's interesting about it, however, is that when discussing the cosplay, Kei asks if it is meant to be a reference to Sebastian from Grey Butler. I guess this was meant to be a way to avoid using the series' direct name in fear of getting in trouble or something, but they literally just changed black to gray, which I think is pretty hilarious. Number 5, My Girlfriend's a Geek. The story is about the misadventures of a college student who is falling in love with a pretty girl 2 years his senior. It isn't long after, however, that he finds out his girlfriend is a hardcore yaoi fan. For those of you who don't already know, Black Butler was originally meant to be a yaoi series, so it's no surprise it got mentioned here. In the panels that you are seeing now, Yuko makes a comment about butlers and how they must always be named Sebastian. However, being as she is a yaoi fan, she begins discussing the shipping of a character named Sebastian with a character of the name of Shota, who appears to be a young English boy. She also mentions that the relationship would have a pretty significant age gap. If that isn't a nod to Sebastian and Ciel, I don't know what is. Number 4. Junjou Romantica. In Junjou Romantica, there is a scene where the series' main protagonist, Misaki Takahashi, goes to visit the Usami residence, where he is welcomed by the family Butler. Astonished at the fact that the family is rich enough to even have a butler, he says pretty much the same thing everyone else does on this list. He calls the butler Sebastian. However, there's a slight twist in this one as the butler tells him that Sebastian isn't his name, but that it is instead Tanika, the name of another Phantom Hive butler. It's like, if you're going to make a yaoi series, you gotta throw a Black Butler reference somewhere in there.
いらっしゃいませ。私、当家の執事をしております。執事といえば、セバスチャン。田中と申します。ああ。
Number 3. Gintama. Appearing in episode 171 of Gintama is a pretty straightforward and easy to spot reference to the series. During one scene, there are a few shots of two characters who appear to be dressed up as Sebastian and Lizzie. Now, from what I know and hear, Gintama is pretty well known for adding references to other series, so it's no surprise to find a Black Butler one here. I'll be honest with you though, I have absolutely no idea what's going on in this scene, so I won't try to pretend like I do.
こんな感じ？
いや、ツッコミどころは多々あるんですけど、まあそんな感じです。
じゃあ私も。めっちゃ可愛いやろ。
いや、あんたらキャラとしてのアイデンティティとか何も考えてない。
Number 2. Falling Skies. My personal favorite reference on this list would probably have to go to the one that appeared within the season premiere of Falling Skies' 3rd season. In this episode, there is a scene where one of the main characters, Ben, is trying to explain manga to a girl. And, well, just listen.
So he's a butler? Right. From 19th century England?
Yes.
Fighting what? Grim Reapers? With his 10-year-old master?
12. Look, it's manga.
Weird is what it is. Give me some plain old superhero any old.
It's cool to see a reference to the series within the live action show, but I'm going to assume majority of people who watched this scene didn't have a clue of what the heck Ben was talking about. So if you're one of the few who watched this episode and knew exactly what he meant, kudos to you. Number 1. Durarara. Now, the reason I chose to leave this one for last was for one simple reason, and that is that there are actually a number of Black Butler references hidden within Durarara. One that I have previously mentioned in a different video is the picture of Girl that appears very early in the manga. However, there is also a short scene in episode 20 where a clip of Black Butler 2 is shown on one of the large screens for a few seconds. One of the most interesting in my opinion involves the character Shizo and a certain outfit that he wears, which resembles that of Sebastian when he's not wearing his black coat. It is during one scene in episode 7 that he is called a butler by a couple of boys inside an arcade. Now, as it turns out, Shizu's Japanese voice actor is actually the same as Sebastian's, which might actually be the meaning behind this interesting dialogue. I believe there are a couple more references in the series, but I was having trouble finding them as I myself have not gotten around to watching it yet. So if any of you guys know of any other references, definitely let us know in a comment below. And there you have it guys, 9 hidden references to Black Butler. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it interesting. Overall, I found it pretty enjoyable to make, so if you guys did like this idea, definitely go ahead and drop me a thumbs up down below to let me know. And if you want to learn about some more hidden references to other anime series, be sure to leave me your suggestions down in the comment below. But with that being said guys, I will thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.